we are going to discuss one of the important topic, right? So one of the data mining technique, right? This is we can call one of the data mining technique, right? Association rule mining. That is the very first data mining techniques we are going to discuss. Okay. So yeah. Okay. We will start, right? So in the first class we discussed, right? We will discuss different data mining techniques, right? So the first one is association rule mining, right? So association rule mining is one of the basic data mining techniques, right? So now today we are going to discuss association rule mining means we will find out some frequent patterns, right? So frequent patterns means, let's say, if you visit a supermarket, right? So normally there are some fast moving items are there on that supermarket, right? Depending on the location of the supermarket or depending on the environmental conditions or depending on the different factors influence the fast moving items, right? Not only that, maybe let's say if we have a supermarket on a particular place, right? Maybe first 6 months you have different requirements, the demand for among the customers, right? In the supermarket, from January to June, you have uh, different demand, right? Demand means first half, first 6 months, people purchasing something different. Uh, it means the demand is high for some particular products. Maybe the rest of the 6 months, from June to December, the customers' purchasing demand will be varying, right? Depending on some weather conditions or whatever. There are different factors influence, right? The actually association rule mining in the sense we need to find out that type of patterns from the business, right? Not only the supermarket, maybe different places, right? Maybe if you look at a restaurant or you can look at some hospitals or whatever, right? Each and every place they have some frequent patterns, right? Frequent patterns means they are the uh, or normal behavior, it occurs again and again in that particular place, workplace, right? So we need to extract that frequent patterns from the transactions, right? Transaction means maybe if you look at the not only the bank transaction, right? Transactions means that purchasing behavior, right? If you consider the supermarket, right? The customer purchasing items we can call transactions, right? Similarly, if you look at the uh, DNAs, right? So if you look at the hospital or medical industry, right? So some diseases, right? If you're affected by some genetic diseases or something, right? If you're affected by some diseases, maybe they have some symptoms, right? They have some DNA changes or they have some changes in their DNA. Likewise, they have some patterns, right? So you can extract that patterns, right? So on that scenario, the transaction means you can maybe you can medical check up their DNA and you will find out the existing DNA details. That is the transaction, right? Transaction means that is not a money transaction, right? So the transaction means the records of that particular event, right? So association rule mining means we are extracting some meaningful patterns from the different domains, right? Maybe business domain, medical domain, or whatever the different domains, we are extracting some meaningful patterns, right? Even if you run a online business shop, or maybe you are doing an online business, at that time, right? Time to time, the customer demands are varying, right? Some particular duration, more purchaser, more people asking about a particular product or particular set of products, right? Maybe after a few months, no one can ask about that product, right? It will change for different. So we don't know what will happen. The patterns are varying time to time. Not only time to time, maybe different factors influence the demands for something in the business, right? So now what we need to do, let's say if you have a past records, right? You doing the business last 2 years, right? So now you have a there are bulk amount of transaction details for last 2 years, right? So by using that bulk amount of transaction details, we apply some algorithm, association rule mining algorithm. By using that algorithms, we are extracting some meaningful patterns, right? It means normally we don't know what is that pattern, right? Maybe some patterns we know, we externally we know those things. Some patterns we don't know what is the hidden patterns inside that, right? So if you extract that patterns by using that pattern, you earn more money, right? I tell an example, right? Just imagine, right? There is a supermarket, right? There's a supermarket in Norelia, right? Just imagine there's a supermarket in Norelia, right? So if you look at the transaction, the customer purchasing behavior in that supermarket, it is totally varying, right? So the season time, the demand is high for some products, right? Uh, Rest of the period, they don't have any demand for some product, right? Just imagine you invest, you are the one invest the money in this supermarket, right? Now just think about, right, particular that April season, right? More people are purchasing some set of products, right? But remaining rest of the period, no one can ask about those products, right? Just imagine that type of products, right? Maybe that blankets or uh, some items, right? Some uh, food items or something, right? What will happen if you don't extract this meaningful pattern, right? Entire year, the entire year, you invest your money on these products, right? Let's say, uh, let's say you have 5 lakhs, right? You have 5 lakhs money, right? Now what will happen? If you find out this pattern, you can invest these 5 lakhs a particular time duration, right? Maybe you can invest these 5 lakhs from March to May, right? You don't need to spend huge amount of money to purchase that products, right? Because only you have demands only 2 months, right? At the time when the people visit Norelia, you need these products, right? The demand is high. So what will happen because of if you extract this type of pattern from your past data, past business data, you can serve the money, right? Only maybe you don't need to spend 5 lakhs, right? For these 2 months, maybe you can extract only 2 months we have demand. So maybe you can invest 2 lakhs or something for this business. Though the remaining amount you can invest some other businesses, or you can start some new uh, business, right? So how you can do this one if you know the demand details, right? Otherwise, what will happen? You can spend entire 5 lakhs and you can purchase that particular product. Then you need to wait until the next April, next season coming, right? The one thing, right? Whatever, if you are starting a business, right? You need to uh, efficiently make decisions, right, about your business, right? Then only you can success, right? So if you purchase the entire 5 lakhs to store this particular product, right? What will happen? Only 2 months you have demand, right? Also, you know what is the total amount, maximum amount you are selling that product within these 2 months, right? So normally we can analyze those things from our business transaction, business past histories, right? So if you invest the entire 5 lakhs, what will happen? You are dump the your money on a particular business, right? So maybe only you have a demand for 2 lakhs, but if you invest another 3 lakhs, altogether 5 lakhs, so this 3 lakhs is a useless until you need to wait the 1 year to sell those remaining products, right? That is not a good behavior of a business, right? If you take decisions correctly, to take better decisions, you need to find out some patterns from your business transaction, right? So here we are planning to extract those type of patterns, right? That is we can call association rule mining, right? So not only for business, I'm explaining with business why the reason you can easily understand, right? You know the benefits and the cost and other things rather than not only here, right? Maybe medical industry, they are using association rule mining. Similarly, some web mining, web document extraction or libraries, they are find out some if you have some damaged books or without any title, by applying this association rule mining, we can extract some patterns from the books, right? This is what type of books, right? Maybe it is a political or sports or science or IT. Likewise, we can categorize not only for business, all over the area, we can apply this association rule mining to extract some patterns. Those association rule mining helpful even if you run a business, right? So end of the session, you can understand. So these are the lesson outcomes, right? So once you complete this session, you can understand what is the applications of association rule mining, where we can apply real world applications of association rule mining. This is one knowledge you are getting, right? Another important things, you learn two new terms, support and confident, right? So to extract the association rules, we use these two terms. Support is a one something we can call a term support. Another thing we can call confident. By using these two terms, right, we can measure the strength of the association rules, right? So the purpose of this lecture, right, if you have a business transaction, not only business, whatever, if you have a set of data about a particular transaction, by using that transaction, you can extract some meaningful rules, right? Meaningful patterns, right? You can extract some set of rules that is we can call patterns, right? Association rules, right? To extract that association rule, we use these two terms, support and confident, right? A little bit later, you can understand what do you mean by support, what do you mean by confident, right? So these are the two terms we are using to measure the strength of the association rule we are extracting from a particular transaction history, right? The last one, right? You can apply this a priori algorithm, right? We have an algorithm called a priori algorithm. By using that algorithm, you can manually find out the association rule, right? These are the things we are planning to discuss today, right? So you can understand the applications of association rule. Similarly, you can learn two terms, support and confident. Based on these two ideas, we can evaluate the strength of the association rules, right? The last one, we can understand how we can apply the a priori algorithm, and we can manually calculate the association rule by your hand, right? Maybe in the next practical session, we will look at by using the Vector tool, how you can apply this association rule mining and extract some rules, right? That is the next practical you have on next month, this Monday, right? So to successfully complete your next practical, if you know the basics of this association rule mining, that's why I put this session today, right? Maybe we missed another session called data warehousing, right? Maybe we will look at that data warehousing maybe next week or some after a few weeks. I will explain those data warehousing part, right? So up to now, this session, it is important for your next practical. That's why I move earlier this session, right? Okay, yeah. We will look at some real world scenarios of this association. Then you can easily understand, right? Okay, now I will tell you a real world scenario, right? Why we need to extract this association rule mining, right? Just think about you are a sales manager in a particular electronic shop, right? You are running an electronic shop, right? They have so many items, right? PC, electronic devices, and IoT components. There are so many things in your shop, right? As a sales manager, right? Uh, right, you are the one in charge for that particular branch or particular shop, right? So every day there are so many transactions happen in your shop, right? Now, normally what you need to do, right? Someone purchase some set of products, right? Maybe you need to recommend some other products, right? Based on their purchasing behavior, you need to recommend some other products for them. Maybe someone purchase some these items. Maybe you can recommend some products that is highly related with that transaction they are done, right? Then only they will purchase, right? Let's say someone purchasing a digital camera, right? DSLR camera or something, someone purchased, right? For that guy, tell me what are the recommended items you can tell. Let's say someone purchasing a digital camera from your shop, right? So someone purchased. Tell me, if someone purchase a digital camera, what items you can recommend for them? Hmm? Okay, someone purchased a digital camera. What are the items you can recommend for them? It's a simple example, you know, right? If it is a digital camera, so what other items you can recommend for them? Not I'm asking the brand, right? Someone say the brand name, right? I'm asking if someone purchase a digital camera, uh, you already selected from your shop to purchase a digital camera, right? Now you need to tell as a branch manager, maybe you can recommend some other products that is also required to maintain or to use this digital camera, right? Yeah, very good. Maybe you can recommend some lenses, some hard cases, right? Sometimes you can recommend some camera stands, right? Camera stands, right? There are so many items you can recommend, right? Okay. Now someone recommend, right? A PC. Is it a good recommendation? Someone purchase a digital camera. Now you are recommending maybe to serve the images, maybe better you can purchase a PC. It is not a good recommendation, right? Someone purchase a camera. Now you need to recommend some products that is highly required to deal with that particular digital camera, right? Then only they also believe your recommendation and you can they can purchase that recommended items, right? Maybe you can recommend some SD cards, right? SD cards. Maybe you can recommend some power backups, right? Power backups or backup batteries for their cameras, right? What else? We don't know what are the things uh, to recommend, right? So as a electronic shop manager, if he apply the association rule mining, he know normally what is the behavior, customer behavior they are purchasing if they are purchasing a digital camera, right? So if he already applies some association rule mining, and if he extracts some particular set of association rules, based on the rules, he can recommend some important things for that customer, right? So that is the real world scenario. We can apply this association rule mining. So if you apply the association rule mining and if you find out some set of association rule, by using that rules, you can improve, you can increase the business, right? You can increase the sales, right? That is the ultimate benefit, right? So the goal of this branch manager, sales manager, right? Throughout this association rule mining, he need to find out some effective recommendation for the customer, right? If you recommend some product that is totally waste or that is not used to deal with this digital camera, no one can accept your recommendations, right? If you recommend something with their purchase, then there are more possibilities they also purchase your recommended product as well, right? But not the case if you recommend a product that is not needed to use that particular camera, right? So that is similar things. If someone purchase a digital camera, if you recommend to purchase a PC, that is a useless, right? Just think about if someone purchase a digital camera, you can recommend some power backups for their cameras, or maybe you can recommend some SD cards, right? So what will happen? Maybe if they someone purchase a digital camera, you can recommend some software applications, softwares, right, to edit their images after they uh, kept the images. Maybe you can recommend some software application for the editing works, right? So depending on the effective recommendations, maybe you can increase your sales, right? So how you can increase the sales? You need to find out effective recommendation. How we can find out the effective recommendation by applying this association rule mining, right? That's why we are learning this association rule mining. So to recommend a particular product, first you need to find out what is the frequent purchasing behavior of the customers, right? If someone purchases a digital camera, what are the other products they are purchasing? How we can find out that? For that purposes, we are using the existing database, past business transaction history. By using that past business transaction history, we can find out those frequent purchasing behaviors, right? So the solution is we need to apply the association rule mining. Based on the association rule mining, we can expect some frequent patterns, that rule, set of rules. So based on that rules, if you recommend something for your customers, that is more probability to purchase that recommended product as well, right? If you recommend a bad product or non-related product for their purchasing behavior, no one can purchase, right? But if you recommend something that is related to their purchase, more probability to purchase that product as well, right? Maybe I don't know whether you are notice those things, right? Once you purchase something from an online shop, right? Maybe you are using e-business sites, right? Daraz or AliExpress. And if you purchase something, right? Definitely they will recommend some other products as well, right? I don't know. You notice those things. Hereafter, try to notice those things, right? If you recommend, if you purchase something, sometimes they will tell you, right? Maybe if you purchase this one, likewise, right? Or sometimes maybe I don't know how many of you use the Uber applications, right? Uber Eats or Uber application, Eats application. Right? If you order something, right, in a particular shop or restaurant, right, definitely they will recommend some other products, right? Maybe if you are purchasing something from Banana Leaf or something, some restaurants, right? Let's say you are order something, foods or soft drinks or whatever, right? Depending on the order, they will recommend some other products, or maybe sometime they will tell, if you uh, purchase this recommend, let's say you are purchasing a meals, right? They will recommend you some desserts or some soft drink. If you purchase together, they are giving a small discount, right? So why they are introducing those things? They need to increase their business, right? How they will attract the customers? If someone purchase something, based on their purchasing behavior, they are extracting some patterns. Normally, if someone purchase this product, also there are more possibilities. Most of the past customers, they are purchasing this one as well, right? So based on that, they will recommend some new product. So if they recommend something, sometimes because of that recommendation, you are purchasing that one as well, right? So how they will do those things, recommendations, by applying this association rule mining, right? Any questions? Any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we will continue. Please let me know if you have any questions. Anyone have any questions? Hello, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you don't have any questions, I will move for the next slides. Can you hear me? Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, now we will look at what is frequent patterns, right? I don't need to explain more about frequent pattern, right? Frequent pattern in the sense that occurs iteratively, right? That is a normal behavior, right? Let's say each and everyone have some patterns, right? If I ask you to write an answer for the questions, right? Each and everyone have some patterns, right? That is a that is your behavior, right? Let's say if I ask you a question and I'm asking you to write the answer, right? Someone answer the question in the points form, right? Someone answer the questions in the points form, right? So he will answer the questions. Okay. Someone answer the questions in the points form, right? Another guy, he always answer in the paragraph formats, right? So he will write in the paragraph formats, right? So, likewise, the pattern in the sense that is normally your behavioral things, right? We cannot we cannot change your patterns, right? That maybe from your early childhood you learn something based on that. Maybe you have some behavior, right? So if I ask you to answer the questions, you have some certain patterns, right? So always you can use that pattern, your answering pattern, to answer my questions, right? So similarly, frequent pattern means whatever, if something happen, they have some patterns, right? If you look at a shop or if you look at a supermarket, they have some patterns, right? The customer purchasing patterns, right? So if you find out that pattern, you earn more benefits, maybe the economic benefits, as well as maybe you can improve your business because of that pattern you notice from your business places, right? So now we will look at some motivational things to extract these frequent patterns, right? So if you're running a mobile shop, right? So you know what is the normal behavior if someone purchases a particular product X, also they are purchasing some product Y as well, right? If someone purchasing a mobile phone, normally they will purchase that particular phone tempered glass and back covers, right? So that is a one pattern, right? Normally, if someone purchase a mobile phone, definitely they will purchase that particular mobile phone back covers as well as some tempered glasses, right? So as a mobile shop owner, if you purchase some mobile phones, also you can purchase together some tempered glass for that brands as well as some back covers, or some phones they have some other gadgets, right? So maybe you can altogether you can purchase that gadgets while you are purchasing from a shop, right? So that is one thing, right? If someone purchase something, there are more possibilities they will purchase some other products as well, right? So just think about someone purchase a laptop or PC, definitely they will purchase some other set of products, right? Maybe he will purchase a backpack for the laptops, right? Sometimes they will purchase some web cameras. There are so many things. Maybe sometime they will upgrade their RAMs and they will upgrade their memories, right? Maybe sometime they will purchase some antivirus softwares, right? So if any product, if you are purchased by some customers, definitely there are more possibilities they will purchase some other products together with that particular product, right? So we need to find out what is the pattern, what is that hidden things. If someone purchase these, also what are some what items they are purchased together. If you notice those things, you can increase your profit or business, right? So if you have a look at the medical industry, right? If you have some diseases, definitely they have some patterns in their DNAs, right? So sometimes some medicines, they invent some medicines, they will check for some human beings, right? After that, they will find out is there any DNA changes for that patient because of that drugs they are insert into them, then likewise those things helpful to find out the future patterns. Maybe in the future, someone coming to the hospital, some symptoms they are explaining. So based on the symptoms, they already know, right? If these type of symptoms, most of the time they have probability that patient is affected by this particular disease, right? So based on that, they will that frequent pattern helpful to predict the diseases as well, right? So likewise, we have so many applications, right, for frequent patterns. If you know the frequent pattern, right, that is the thing. Data mining in the sense we have the huge amount of data. Each and everywhere we have data, right? If you extract a hidden pattern from that data, then you know some new businesses. You can start your new business ideas. That is the thing. Nowadays, people are success in their business, right? If you are an expert to deal with the bulk amount of data, from that data, if you extract some patterns, you are the giant, you are the expert on that area, right? If you extract something new from that particular place or particular business, you know there are so many information, there are so many meaningful things, you know. So by using those things, you can start a new business or you can improve your business, right? That is the ultimate goal of association rule mining, right? Yeah, the next slides. Okay. Yeah. What is association rule mining, right? So association rule mining is a data mining techniques. I need to I don't need to explain more about, right? So that is one of the data mining techniques. Mine the hidden pattern, that is we can call association rule mining, right? Uh, yeah, it is used to find frequent occurring patterns, right? So if you are running a business or if you are running a company or if you're running an educational institute or if you are running a hospital, right? From whatever the workplace, if you extract some frequent occurring patterns, right? That is we can call association rule mining, right? Or maybe we can extract some correlations, how they are related to each other's correlation, or maybe what are the things associated with that particular product. Those things we can call association rule mining. For that purposes, we are using a relational databases, right? So if you are running a business, definitely you have past customer records, right? What is the purchasing behavior, different customers, what the product they are purchased. Based on that data set, we can extract some meaningful association rule. That it means we are extracting some meaningful frequent patterns, right? That is we can call association rule mining, right? Okay. Now we will look at association rule mining means, right? If the association rule mining is a study of what goes with what, right? If someone purchase this one, then what the product they are purchased next, what goes with what, if that is the easiest thing, right? If a customer purchase a product X, then the customer also purchase the product Y, right? The combinations, right? That's a pattern, right? If someone purchase a product X, there are some patterns, they also purchase that product as well, next product Y as well, right? So that combination we can call association rule mining, right? The simple example, if a customer purchase a milk and bread, maybe he purchase eggs as well, right? That's some one pattern in a particular supermarket or what particular shop, right? So similarly, for different places, different businesses, they have different transactions or different purchasing behavior, right? So we are extracting those behavior we can call association rule mining, right? To extract that set of rules, we are using the transaction, right? Set of transaction, right? It means we are using the past records. If you look at the supermarket, already we have last 6 month customer purchasing records, right? It means based on their bill value, we know what are the product that particular customer purchased, right? So likewise, if we are collecting the last 3 month or 6 month customer purchasing items, by using that customer purchasing items, we can extract these association rules, right? So these are some examples, right? Yeah, let's say you have some text documents, right? You have a, let's say here I am explaining 7 text documents, right? If you look at a text document, they have some patterns in their documents, right? It means each document, they have some common terms, or they have some specific unique terms in their documents, right? So based on that keywords, document terms, we can categorize or we can extract some association rule, right? So the association of the words in that document, right? So if you look at the first rule, right? If a document include the term students, right? Normally those documents also include, if you look at here, if a document contain the term students, also the document contain the term schools as well, right? The term school and students association, right, with that particular document. Likewise, we are extracting something, right? Not only for the business, right? We have so many applications for association rule mining. So the important thing, we are extracting some meaningful pattern from that particular business or particular web documents or whatever different industries. We are extracting some hidden patterns from the set of transactions. For that purposes, these 7 documents, here we are using 7 documents, right? Here we are using these 7 documents, right? This is a 7 documents, right? So this is we can call transactions, right? These 7 transactions, by using these 7 transactions, we are extracting these association rules, right? Similarly, if you look at the next one, right? If you look at the next one, this is related to gene, right? Genetics, right? The DNAs, right? So maybe these 9 transactions, the 9 transaction, maybe they will extract it from a particular patients, right? Maybe some genetic diseases for a genetic disease X, they have some past records, right? So from the past records, they will find out these are some hidden patterns, right? From the past records, they know these are the 2 hidden patterns, right? If a patient have the gene 8, definitely, if a patient has a gene 8 affected by a particular, the gene 8 is broken, also the gene 9 also broken. We don't know exact thing, right? They have some meaning, right? So for that association rule, these are medical related things, right? So for these association rules are extracted from these 9 transactions, right? So it means they have frequent patterns, right? So normally, if you look at the gene 8, definitely the gene 9 also, they are in that their past transaction, right? So based on this, they will extract some meaningful pattern. These are some example of association rule mining, right? Not only if we apply for the purchasing behavior, we can apply for the web document classification, or maybe we can apply for DNA classifications, or DNA classification in the sense DNA recognition, right? We will extract some meaningful DNA patterns in a particular disease. That is also possible with the help of association rule mining, right? Okay. Now we will look at the applications of association rule mining, right? So if you look at the applications of association rule mining, the first application is market basket analysis, right? So something called market basket analysis. That is the first and foremost applications of association rule mining, right? So the market basket analysis, in the sense, if you are running a business, right, from the customer purchasing behavior, you are extracting some patterns. That is, we can call market basket analysis. So market basket analysis means you are study the customer purchasing behavior, right? Based by using the customer transaction database, you can study the customer purchasing behavior to extract some patterns, right? So that is we can call as a market basket analysis, right? If you find out, if you apply this market basket analysis by using that market basket analysis, in the sense, in the business industry, in the business domain, You analyze the customer purchasing behavior, right? By using that customer purchasing behavior, we have so many benefits, right? The first one, we can apply some promotions, right? Even you notice Cargill's or some other supermarkets, frequently they will introduce some promotional packages, right? Do you think about those things? How they will introduce those promotions? Anyone think about those things? Normally, maybe we are visiting for supermarket, right? So at the time, they always recommend, or they always introduce some promotions. How they will introduce those promotions? Tell me. With the help of this market basket analysis, right? That is one benefit. Why I'm telling here, right? If a supermarket, they have so many past records, right? Past customer transactions, right? From those transactions, they know some association rule, right? So, what is the highly demanded items, right? Fast moving items. They know what are the fast moving items, what are the very slow moving items, right? Some items they are moving very fast, right? Even if they store that particular item within 2 or 3 days, that is finished, right? That all the items are purchased, right? Some items even they fill the store last year, still they are not purchased, or only 1 or 2 items are purchased, remaining in the same place, right? So for that type of things, they apply this market basket analysis. They will study the customer transaction. Based on the transactions, they know what are the fast moving items. Just tell me, you have two options, right? One option is fast moving item. Another one is very that nothing. One type is fast moving item. Another type, uh, very less demand item. Less demand item. So now tell me, right? As a sales manager, you are planning to sell one product, right? So let's say in your CEO says we need to introduce some promotions for this new year season. We need to introduce some promotion for our customers. Now tell me whether you can provide the promotion for this one, first option or second option. Tell me for which one you can introduce the promotion. Hmm? Tell me. For the fast moving item, you introduce promotions, or the less demanded item, you can introduce the promotions. Tell me.
Fast moving item.
Sorry? Less moving item, right? Why? It's a open thing, right? Even if you don't introduce a promotion, the fast moving items are going on, right? You don't need to worry about that one. That is an essential item, maybe. But if you look at here, the second one, that is a very low demand, right? Very only 1 or 2 transaction, 1 or 2 customers purchasing that low demand, less demand item in every month, right? So they need to sell those products first. So what will happen? They will introduce a promotion for less demanded items, right? How they will decide those things? So how they know what is the less demanded item? To find out that less demanded item, they can apply this market basket analysis, right? They will study the past behavior of the customers. Based on the study of the past customer behavior, transaction behavior, they can find out what is the highly demanded item, what is the less demanded item. So then they will introduce the sales promotion for less demanded item, right? Not only that one, right? By using this market basket analysis, maybe if you notice something in the supermarket or some shops, right? They shelf arrangements, right? Shelf, they are using different shelf to arrange the products, right? So now tell me something you notice from the supermarket. Just maybe most of you visit the supermarket. So now tell me the self arrangement, self management, how they will done. Or if you notice something interesting about the self management in the sense how they will arrange the products. If you notice something, tell me. If you notice something interesting behavior in the self, what are they? Hmm? Each and everyone visits supermarkets, right? So if you notice those things, self arrangements, self management, right? Self in the sense that that cabins or some they will fit in the walls, right? They will arrange all the things, self-management, right? How, what are the unique things you notice in the self-arrangement? If maybe if you visit a supermarket, each shelf, some shelf for milk powder, some shelf for some washing materials. Likewise, they will arrange, right? So if you notice something unique or new things, or that is a important. That is also a patterns, right? While they arrange the shelves, definitely they will apply this market basket analysis. Based on that market basket analysis, they will arrange the shelves, right? So if you notice something likewise. Hmm? Anyone? Anyone have any experience? Or if you notice something new in the supermarket, uh, uh, on the self manage, how they will manage the shelves. Tell me, as a science degree student, right? You have a you are doing an IT degree, right? So don't move without notice anything, right? So if you are moving somewhere else, just you can observe something, right? Maybe if you visit for a even if you going for a trip, right, you can notice something, right? Maybe most of you visit Norelli or some other places in this festival season, right? So at that time you realize something, right? Maybe you face some problems, right? As an IT undergraduate, right? So if you notice some problems or if you observe something, right, as an issue in a particular shops or in a particular booking, or maybe in the seasonal times, you have a huge demand to book some hotels and other something, right? If you face something, just try to provide a solution for that one, right? That is a uh, acceptable behavior as an undergraduate, right? So that's why I'm asking you. If you notice something in the supermarket shelves, hmm, tell me. That's why I told you, observe the environment, right? Or if you feel the environment, if you face any problems, try to provide a solution for that. Right? That is maybe that is a success, right? If you all the tech giants or the business giants, just they introduce something, right? Someone, yeah, very good. Yeah, yeah, he noticed something. Yeah, very good. Who is that? Mm, 040, 047. Yeah, very good. What about others? Yeah, he noticed something, right? In the self-management, self-arrangements. Don't you notice anything? Others just visit the supermarket, just purchase the things and just coming, right? Nothing you notice, right? That's not the uh, acceptable behavior as an undergraduate, right? As an IT graduate, it's not an acceptable behavior, right? You need to observe the environment, surroundings, right? There are so many problems we have. So you have the creative ideas as a solution for those problems. That is what we are expecting, right? Even the country expecting those things, right? Even the owner of Alibaba, right? Just a simple idea raised for his mind, then he start a business, right? That is the thing. If you notice something, you have an innovative idea, then that is the highly demanded business tomorrow, right? That has happened. The Uber, the taxi services, the same idea, right? Just someone's idea, they apply in the real world. Now they are earning throughout this idea. There is nothing, right? So if you have a vehicle, you can register as a Uber client, right? Also, customers have some application, they register, then they will find out the vehicles. Just a simple idea, right? Yeah. What about others? Yeah. Any interesting patterns you notice? Anyone notice any interesting patterns? No, right? Okay, that guy says, right, if you visit that billing area, bill counter area, they have some children's products, right? The chocolates and some bubble gums, right? The lollipops. Likewise, they keep some items, right? Also, in that area, the billing counter, there are so many small products they have, right? Why what they are doing here from this market basket analysis, within that time duration, they are trying to purchase something by you, right? Even in that time, you bill the billing counter, also you need to purchase something. That is what they need, right? What they want to increase their profit, right? Not only that one, right? If you look at the shelf arrangements, right? If you try to if you find a place to purchase some washing powder, right? Did you notice something at that place? They have you have so many options, right? Not only they are not keep each washing powder in separate places, right? All the different varieties of washing powders, they are put on a particular corner, right? So what is that? On that time, they provide you different options, right? They are giving you more options. Because of that options also you can purchase, right? Even if they arrange in different places, you cannot purchase, right? So normally what will happen, the similar items are arranged in a same place, right? If you look at the corner of a supermarket, all the similar items, all the different varieties are stored in a particular place, right? Why they are doing that one? Why they are doing that one? So if you have more options, then you can compare the products and easily purchase, right? Also, they need to give some benefits for you, right? They are giving you more comparison. Okay, this one, this is the quantity, this is the price. Likewise, you can compare different products, different brands. Based on that, you can pick the best brand, right? That is one definition of market basket analysis, right? Yeah, very good. The sausage, yeah, sorry, I noticed. Yeah, maybe if you look at the chips packets, next to the chips packets, maybe you have some sauce bottles, right? Sausages or sauce bottles are close to that one, right? So why they are doing those things? They need to improve their business. They need to increase the profit. How they will increase the profit? By applying this market basket analysis. So sales promotion based on the market basket analysis, right? Also the self management, right? Also the inventory management, right? So if a supermarket, they have some inventories, right? They have some stores. So in the store, they are thinking, if you have a store, they are storing the items, right? So how they will store the items depending on these the fast moving item, maybe they can give more spaces for their in their store location, right? Also some uh, very less demanded item, they are not purchasing more, right? From the raw material supplier, they are purchasing very less number of items which are less demanded item, right? If it's a fast moving item, they can invest huge amount of money. Likewise, there are so many benefits we can get with the help of this market basket analysis, right? So yeah, very good. Yeah, 004. Yeah, it's good, right? So the uh, home accessories, they are put on a particular corner of the end of the supermarket, right? So to take that home essential needs, before they will take that one, they will visit entire supermarket, right? So because of that, they are purchasing some other products as well. Likewise, there are everything. There is nothing free in the world, right? If someone provides something free by internally, they are getting something from you. That is the thing, right? Even if you getting some online free resources from the internet, actually that is not free, right? Even if you notice nowadays, the chat gpt is giving you free of charge, right, to use. Actually tell me, is it free? Someone tell me. Nowadays the chat gpt is giving to you, maybe that not the advanced version, right? Up to level some version they are giving you a free of charge, right? You can use free. Now tell me, is it free? What is the internal mechanism behind that free usage? Tell me. Just think about these ways, right? As an IT undergraduates, you need to think those things. If you look at something, don't look at the same way how the uneducated people look at the same thing, right? You are an undergraduate, right? Maybe after next year you are graduated, right? You're graduated from the university, right? So you need to look at something different way, all the things, right? That is what I'm expecting. Yeah, very good. Yeah, 003, Lahiru, right? Yeah, it's good. He will know the answer, right? What about others? Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Yeah, maybe 047. Yeah, they analyze our behavior. Yeah, not yeah, it's also fine that not the correct answer, right? 00047. You're telling they analyze our behavior, right? It's good. It's not the entire thing. That's a portion of the answers, right? Yeah, 052. Yeah, it's correct. So if they are giving you free in the sense that is not a free, right? So they have some models, right? They have some large language models for ChatGPT, right? So if they are giving you free means they are giving their model to you to improve their efficiency, right? So once you develop something, right? Once you develop a machine learning model, that is a large language model, right? So the LLM models already they have developed, right? But they need to train the model. They need to teach new things to the model, right? So what they want, they will hire some guys and they need to give that model to improve the efficiency. But rather than they are hiring some individuals and giving money to train the model, what they are doing, they are giving you free of charge their model, right? To use the customers, the people. Then while you are using that ChatGPT models, what will happen? They internally they will increase the efficiency of their model free of charge. While you are asking some new questions, from that question it will learn, right? It will learn something new. That is what they are doing, right? So that's why I'm telling you, everywhere we have so many business ideas, right? How we are look at those things, it creates business value for us, right? So that's the one idea. Rather than they are hiring a particular number of individuals to train the model or to improve the efficiency of the model, they introduce, we are giving you free. Then each and everyone use that application, right? So at that time, they increase their efficiency of their model. They improve the accuracy of their model. That is the internal mechanism behind that free, right? So likewise, if you based on the market basket analysis, we have so many applications, right? Okay, the next one, the medical industry, right? So the doctors, right? So doctors also they find out some past records. So the medical history says, if a particular disease, they have some set of symptoms, right? So based on the symptoms, they will predict the probability of a disease, right? That is the actual thing. The doctors, if you notice, if you visit a dispensary or if you visit a clinic, they will ask some questions, right? So from that questions, how you are answering the questions, right? Already they know some patterns, right? If a particular disease, if a fever, if a viral fever, this person have these symptoms, right? So they know the symptoms, right? They have some patterns. They have some already. They extract some patterns for as a symptoms, right? So based on the symptoms you are telling, they will match. They will predict the probability for a particular disease, right? That is the thing happen. That is also an association rule mining, right? So application of association rule mining, the doctors predict the diseases, right? Okay, this is one example for association rule discovery, right? So normally, what will happen? Let's say this is a shop. This is a shop. Yeah. Let's speed up. We need to do some calculation part as well, right? So just think about this is a transaction happen in a particular shop, right? Maybe this is a bakery shop or something, right? This is a transaction. The 5 transactions happen in a particular day, right? So from these 5 transactions, right, what we need to do, we need to extract some meaningful patterns, right? So these are the 2 patterns we are extracting from this 5 transactions, right? So what are the patterns? So based on the past records, right, in the particular bakery shop, it says someone purchase a milk. Most of the time, they will purchase the bread as well, right? This is one transaction, right? This is a one frequent pattern. Association rule mining means you are extracting some frequent pattern, right? So in this particular area, bakery shop, right, normally one pattern is there, someone purchasing milk. No, always they are purchasing bread, right? So if the shop owner, right, purchase milk, he think about the bread as well, right? So maybe the better way, maybe he can purchase as a shop, he can purchase milk and bread in the equal count, right? That is something, right? Why he purchased, let's say, if that bakery shop owner purchase 50 bottles of milk, right? Only 10 loaf of breads, right? 10 loaf of breads, right? The quantity is 10, bread 10, right? The quantity for milk 50 bottles, right? But normal behavior in that particular shop, someone purchase a milk, definitely they will purchase the bread as well, right? So at least maybe he can purchase both items in the equal count, right? Maybe he can purchase 50 uh, bottles of milk. Also, he can purchase 50 loaf of breads, right? Why I'm telling here, normal behavior, most of the customers, if they purchase the milk, also they are purchasing bread, right? That is what we need as a owner of the shop. I need to take this decision. How I can take this decision based on this pattern I recognize from the association rules, right? So I find out an association rule. If a person purchase the milk bottles, then they are purchasing the bread as well, right? That is a normal behavior in a particular shop, right? This is not apply for all the areas, right? Even different culture, different environment, different factors influence the purchasing behavior, right? If you do the association rule mining in Battiglo, and you cannot apply the same association rule in Oliville, right? There are so many factors varying in different culture or different cases, right? So if you need to apply some association rule, first of all, you need to think about the location where you can extract the data, right? Depending on that, your association rules are varying, right? So, so based on this first association rule, he think, the owner of the shop, he think the purchasing behavior, how I can purchase these two things, milk and bread. Maybe he can purchase equal number of units for both milk and bread. Then he can he can overcome the challenges, right? So sometimes what will happen, let's say if he purchased 50 bottles and 10 bottles of milk, only, right, 10 customers purchase both items, right? So the next customer coming, he asked about the bread. He don't have, the owner says that is finished. Then sometimes what will happen, they are not purchasing the milk bottle as well, right? Because normally the people in that particular village, they are purchasing both item together, right? If one item is out of stock, what will happen, they are not purchasing the next item as well, right? That's the thing happen, right? If that shop owner apply this association rule and he will find out the pattern, right? Then while he purchase both materials, milk and bread, he think about that one. So based on that association rule, he can purchase. So because of that, he can avoid unwanted uh, complexity, or he can overcome the challenges among the customers, right? That is a one benefit of association rule mining. So association rule mining, we are extracting some hidden pattern from the past transaction of a particular shop or particular business or particular medical history, right? That is the association rule mining, right? So normally in the questions, I'm giving you set of transactions, right? From that transaction, you need to find out these type of set of rules, right? So that is a question coming for your final exams as well, right? Not only for this one, I'm giving you some set of uh, tables, some tables. That table contain some transaction details. Based on the transaction details, you need to extract, you need to find out some meaningful patterns, meaningful rules. That is the ultimate objective of this session, right? So a little bit later, we will discuss with some example questions, right? Today, however, I will explain those things as well, right? Okay, now we will move for the next one. Okay, I already told you, right? There are different algorithms are there to find out the association rules, right? To find out the association rules, we have different algorithms, right? A priori algorithm, customized a priori algorithm, a frequent pattern growth approach. There are 4 different approaches we can use to extract the association rule mining. But in this session, only we are look at the a priori algorithm. We are dealing with this algorithm. If you need to know more extra knowledge, you can search in the internet. There are so many online resources and YouTube videos are there for these patterns as well, these algorithms as well, right? So we are look at only this a priori algorithm, right? So we are using this a priori algorithm to extract the association rules, right? Okay. Before moving to the directly moving to the question, right? There are some terms I need to explain, right? So the basic definitions before you move for the questions, association rule mining, find the association rule mining question. I will explain with some basic definitions, right? That is not a big thing, right? I will explain some basic things. If you know the basics, then only you can apply the association rule mining with a priori algorithms, right? So the first basic definition is item sets, right? So normally, while we are look at the questions, you always think about this term item sets, right? So you notice this term item set, right? So item set is nothing, right? Uh, it is a set of items together. We can say item set, right? Let's say item set, one item set in the sense within that only one item is there, right? Two item set means uh, this is a two item set, right? In it contain two products, three item set. This is a three item set, right? This is a two item set, right? So item set means set of items together. We can say item set, right? That is nothing, right? If it is a supermarket, if you look at this example, right? Now tell me how many unique items are there in that particular shop, right? Tell me how many unique items are there in the shop. Hmm? This is a normal transaction behavior. By look at this 9 transaction, tell me how many items are there in the shop. Hmm? Bread is there, right? Milk is there. Uh, then jam is another unique item, right? Also, they have egg there. Milk already I wrote that one. Bread is there, egg is there. Yeah, yeah, that's all, right? Altogether, they have bread is there, milk is there, jam is there, egg is there, right? So altogether, they have 4 unique items, right? Yeah, yeah. So in that shop, they have 4 unique items, right? So why we are using this term item set, right? So this transaction ID means this is the transaction done by a particular customer one, right? Transaction ID 2 means this is another transaction done by a particular customer two, right? So each one is a purchasing items of a particular customer, right? If you look at here, the customer 6, he purchased 3 items together, right? So his item set is 3 bread, milk, egg together he purchased, right? So this is a 3 item set, right? Now, if you look at here, this is a 2 item set, right? So the customer 3, he purchased 2 items together, right? 2 item set. So the customer 8, he purchased only milk, right? This is a 1 item set. So the item set is nothing. Together, set of items we can call as a item set, right? That's nothing more explain about the item set. Item set means set of items together we can say item set. Based on how many items in that particular set, we can say 1 item set, 2 item set, or 3 item sets, right? So if you look at here, 1 item set. So 1 item set in the sense, bread is a 1 item set. Uh, someone purchase bread only, that is we can call 1 item set, right? Someone purchase milk only, that is a 1 item set. Someone purchase jam, that is a 1 item set. Just someone purchase only egg, that is a 1 item set. 2 item set in the sense, someone purchase milk and bread together, that is a 2 item set, right? Someone purchase egg and jam together, that is a 2 item set, right? So that nothing to explain here, 3 item sets. Even someone purchase 4 item together, right? That we can call that is a 4 item set. The important thing, we are not consider the quantity, right? We are not consider the quantity of the items, right? What I'm telling here, someone purchase 2 bottles of jam. That is not important here. The quantity of the products, how many different unique products they are purchased. That is what we need, right? So 4 item set means they are purchasing 4 unique items, 4 different items, right? Maybe they are the quantity is varying, right? Four item set in the sense he purchased each item 2 pairs, right? Two loaf of breads, 2 bottles of milk, 2 jam bottles, 2 eggs, or a number of eggs, right? What I'm telling here, 4 item set means, so set theory, you know, right? We already know set theory, right? In your first year, right? So if you have a set, within the set, we cannot duplicate the elements, right? Know the theory, right? If I ask you a set, you can duplicate the elements, right? That's a set. Unique things you need to include in the set, right? So similarly, maybe he purchased 3 or 4 bottles of milk, but item set in the sense, you need to think about how many unique items are there in that set. That is important. You don't need to worry about the quantity of the items, right? That's important thing you need to remember here, right? Any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask now. Any questions? No questions? Okay. Yeah, now we will move for the basic definition of association rule mining, right? So association rule in the sense, right? Association rule in the sense, you have 2 sets, right? Yeah, you have 2 sets, right? Association rule in the sense, you have 2 sets, right? You have 2 sets, right? One set is X is a one set, Y is another set, right? So maybe X is a, we don't know how many elements, right? X is a set, right? So a set means maybe that is a 1 item set, 2 item set, or 3 item set. We don't know. Similarly, Y is also a set. Even Y also, we don't know how many elements, right? It is not compulsory only one item in X and Y, right? We don't know. X and Y are 2 sets, right? 2 item sets, right? We don't know how many items in X and Y, right? Maybe X have 5 items, maybe Y have 3 items. Maybe X have 2 items, Y have 4 items. We don't know exact quantity, right? So the definition of the association rule says X and Y are 2 sets. They are telling only sets, right? Set means they have different number of quantities, right? The important thing here, let's say, maybe just think about X contain 3 items, A, B, C, right? A, B, C. Y, set Y contain P, Q, R, right? So association rule means if a customer purchase X, X means these 3 items together, what is the probability or what is the percentage he purchased the item set Y as well, right? It means if a customer purchase A, B, C together, what is the probability or what is the percentage? What is the probability? What is the more opportunities to purchase the items Y item set as well, right? So if a person purchase A, B, C together, then what is the option? What is the probability he purchase PQR together? That is association rule, right? So X, we can say this arrow mark as implies, right? X implies Y, right? If that is, we can call association rule. Implication, right? If a person purchase X, then implies Y, right? That is association rule. Another important thing, right? Another important thing, right? This one, X intersection Y is equal to empty set, right? What do you mean by this? I think you learned these things in your first year. In mathematics subject, you learn set theory, right? So X intersection Y is equal to null set means what? How we can draw this one in the Venn diagram? So how you can draw this Venn diagram? Hmm? I think you know those things, right? These are very basics. What is the meaning of this? Yeah, there is no common element. Yeah, very good. Yeah. So if you draw these two in the Venn diagram, so they are not intersect each other, right? So The intersection is empty. Intersection is empty means there is no common element for X and Y, right? Now tell me, so this is a condition for this one, right? If you apply the association rule, the intersection of X and Y is null set, right? Empty set. That is important, right? So now tell me, right? Okay. Now I am telling X is equal to, okay. Now I am telling X is equal to bread, milk, jam, right? My now Y is equal to, Y is an item set, no? Milk and water bottle, right? Okay. Now what tell me something about this X implies Y. Now tell me something about this X implies Y. Is it, what do you think? Hmm? Is it an association rule? Tell me, is it an association rule? Is it an association rule? No, right? So here, if you look at the X intersection Y, the common element is there. Milk is a common element, right? So it breaks the basic definition of association rule. So we cannot find out this one as a association rule, right? The important thing, X implies Y, X intersection Y is equal to null set, right? There is no common element between X and Y. But if you look at here, if you notice here, the common element is what? Here we have the common element is milk, right? Milk is a common for item set X and Y. So we can say this is not a uh, association rule because the milk is common for two items set X and Y. Because of that, we can omit this association rule, right? So that is the definition of association rule, right? Okay, now I already told you, there are two terms, support and confident. They are plays a major role to find out the association rules, right? Without uh, look at these two terms, support and confident, we cannot tell the strength of the association rule, right? To find out the strength of the association rule, we have two properties, that is support and confident, right? I will explain the support and confident with an example, right? Then you can easily understand what is support, what is confident, rather than I am explaining the theory. If I explain with an example, right, then you can easily understand. Just imagine a electronic shop, right? Just imagine an electronic shop, right? In that shop, computers are there, and antivirus softwares are there. Not only that, they have external keyboards, mouse, also they have some printers. There are so many products, right? So every day some customers purchasing different products. Some customers purchase the printers, some customers purchase the mouse, keyboards, monitors, some customers purchase the computer, some customers purchase the antivirus software. So all the combination are happen in that shop, right? The transactions, the customer purchasing behaviors include all the combination of them, right? Now, for this support and confident, we are using the term percentage, right? Sorry. For these two terms, right, we are using the number values. So support is maybe 2%. Confident is 60%. This is one way we can explain these two terms, right? So support and confident are the two factors. Sorry, support and confident are the two factors we are using to evaluate the strength of the association rules, right? So now I will explain what is support and what is confident, right? For that explanation, I'm using one association rule, right? So the association rule says someone purchase a computer, then he implies the antivirus software, right? So this is the association rule. Someone purchase a computer, then he implies the antivirus software, right? So in this association rule, if I told you the support is 2%, right? If I told in this association rule, support is 2% means, right? Among all the transactions, in that particular electronic shop, only 2% of the transaction deal with these two products, right? Let's say in a particular day, on that hardware electronic shop, 100 transactions happen, right? 100 customers purchase different products, right? Among these 100 transactions, only 2 transactions include these computer and antivirus software. That is the meaning, right? Another important thing, if I told you only 2 customers purchasing computer and antivirus, it not mean only they are purchasing these 2 items, right? Maybe they are purchasing some other items as well, right? Together they are purchasing computer, antivirus software, and keyboard and some other aspects. But here, based on this rule, we can say only 2% of the customers, they are purchasing computers and antivirus software. Maybe they are purchasing some other products as well, right? We are thinking in that rule, they are purchased these 2 items, right? Did you get my point? So support in the sense, among the total number of transactions, how many transactions they are deal with these 2 products? That is, we can call uh, support, right? Did you understand? So support in the sense, among all the 100 transactions, how many transactions they are deal with these 2 products, right? Okay, now tell me, right? I'm writing an association rule, right? Milk, water, right? Then implies tea, right? Now this is an association rule, right? X in here, X is a 2 item set, milk and water bottle. Y is a only 1 item, T, right? Now I am telling you the support is 25%. What do you mean by this support 25%? Tell me. Someone answer my question. What do you mean by this support 25%? Let's think about in that shop on that day, 1,000 transactions are happened, right? It means 1,000 customers purchase something on that shop in the particular particular day or past month, last 30 days altogether. 1,000 transactions happen. You are using this 1,000 transaction to find out this association rule. Now tell me, support is 25% means what? Hmm? 250 transaction, right? 25% means if it is 100 transaction, 25 transaction. If it is 1,000 transaction, mean 250 transactions, they are purchasing these 3 products, right? That is the meaning, right? So 25% of all the transactions under analysis show that they are purchasing milk, water, and tea together. Maybe they are purchasing some other products as well, right? Maybe these 250 customers, the transaction, maybe they are purchasing some other products as well, but their transaction, their 250 transaction includes these 3 products. That is mandatory. Those 250 transaction, mandatorily, they need to include these 3 products, milk, water, and tea. Maybe they are purchasing some other products. We don't consider that one. For this rule, we are consider they need to purchase these 3 products in the 250 transaction. That is, we can call support, right? Confident in the sense, right? So here, the confident in the sense, that is totally different. Confident means that is only deal with a particular association rule, right? If it is a support, it deals with the entire transaction, right? So the percentage of among all the transaction, how many transactions they are deal with that particular uh, set of items in that particular association rule. That is we can call support. Confident in the sense, right? Let's say we will think about the same thing, right? This is an association rule. Someone purchases a computer, then he implies antivirus software. Here, now just think about, now I'm telling the confident is 60%. Confident is 60% mean the probability if a person purchased the computer, then he purchased the antivirus software, that is 60%. If a person purchased the computer, 60% of the probability he can purchase the antivirus software. That is we can call confident, right? So how confident about this association rule, right? So support in the sense it's look at the entire transaction happen in that particular data mining task, the pattern recognition task. We are deal with all the set of transaction. How many transactions they are deal with this set of items, that is we can call support. Confident in the sense that is related to only a particular association rule. We look at only one association rule and we can calculate the confidence, right? So if you have a association rule, computer implies antivirus software, then the confidence 60 percentage means if a person purchases a computer, what is the percentage he purchased antivirus software? That is 60 percentage, right? So let's say just think about there is an association rule. Milk implies yeah, tea, tea powder, right? So now tell me, let's say I'm telling you the confidence is 25 percentage. What it says, if a person purchases the milk bottle, he also purchased the tea, it is a 25 percentage. They have probability. The probability is 25 percentage chance to purchase tea as well, right? That is confident. Now I think you clear with these two terms, right? Am I correct? Am I
Yes.
correct? Okay, thank you. So based on these two terms are very, very important terms, right? While we are doing the calculation, always we can apply these two, support and confident, right? By using these two terms, we can calculate the association rules. There are some calculations are there. We will look at within few minutes, right? For that calculations, we need these two terms, support and right? Okay, you can take a 5 minutes break, come back at 10, 12, right? Okay, shall we start, right? So I think now you are clear with what is support and what is confident, right? Support in the sense among all the total number of transactions we are dealing with that particular association role mining task, how many transactions they are dealing with that particular item sets, right? So if you have an association rule with the particular 2% of support in the sense, you need to find out among all the total number of transactions, how many transactions they are deal with computer and antivirus software, right? That is we can call support. Confident in the sense, in a particular association rule, confident means if a customer purchase a computer, 60% of the chance he purchased the antivirus software, right? That is we can call confident. Now we will look at how we can calculate the support and confident. How we can calculate the numeric values, number value for support and confident, right? First, before you calculate the support, right? Before you calculate the support, you need to calculate the support count, right? There is something called support count, right? Support count in the sense, right? How many occurrences of a particular item set, that is we can call support count, right? Okay. Now, okay, let's say now we need to calculate the support count of bread and milk, right? In this example, I need to calculate the support count of bread and milk. Okay. Okay, just think about, right? Just think about, you have an association rule, right? That says bread. Okay, you have one association rule. You have one association rule. It says bread implies milk, right? Just think about, this is one association rule, right? Now we need to find out the support of this association rule, right? To calculate the support, right, we need the support count of this association rule, right? So now tell me how we can calculate. Now we need the support count of association rule. So support count of the association rule mean how many transaction it includes both bread and milk. That is what we need, right? We need to find out how many transactions they deal with bread and milk, right? Tell me in this transaction table, how many transactions they are deal with bread and milk? Tell me. Okay, tell me how many transactions they are deal with bread and milk. Hmm? Tell me. So the ultimate goal is we need to find out the support. To calculate the support, we need to find out the support count. How we can calculate the support count? Here the question says we need for this association rule. Okay. For this association rule, right? The association rule says bread implies milk. That is my association rule. Right. For this association rule, I need to find out the support count. Right. For this association rule, I need to find out the support count. Support count of bread and milk. Right. So how I can calculate the support count of bread and milk? Among these 9 transactions, I need to find out how many transactions they involve bread and milk, right? So among here, 9 customers are purchased, right? Among the 9 customers, how many customers purchase bread and milk? That is what I need, right? In that scenario, not only bread and milk, right? Maybe they purchase some other products as well together with bread and milk, but in their transaction, milk and bread also included. That is, we need to check here, right? If you look at the first transaction, they are purchasing bread and milk, right? So this is one. Here, only bread is there. The jam is not there. Jam, the milk is not there. So we cannot take this one, right? If you look at the third one, milk is there, but bread is missing. So we can cut down. Fourth one, milk is missing. So we cannot consider this one. Fifth one, that is bread is missing, right? If you look at the sixth transaction, they have bread as well as milk. Even they are purchasing egg as well. But in this association rule, we are look at only bread and milk are exist. So here bread and milk exist. They are purchased bread and milk. So we can consider this one. If you look at the third one, that is also considered bread and milk. Even they are purchased jam as well. But in their transaction, bread and milk is there. So this one also we are considered. Here we cannot consider because bread is missing. Here the bread is missing. So we have three transactions. They contain bread and milk. So the support count is just you can count 1, 2, 3. So altogether three transactions they include bread and milk. That is we can call support count. Now did you clear? Okay, now tell me what is the support count of milk? Right now I need to find out the support count of milk. Just think about only one items they are here. What is the support count of milk? Tell me. Tell me the answer. What is the support count of milk?
7.
Support count of milk?
7.
Yeah, 7. So first transaction it contain, right? In the first transaction they have, right? First one. Not second one, third one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So support count is 7, right? So that is the way we can calculate, right? The support count. Right. Now we will look at how to calculate the support, right? Now you know how to calculate the support count, right? To calculate the support, just you can find out the support count divided by total number of transaction, right? That is the equation for calculate the support. Support we can denote it by sigma, right? Sigma is the symbol to denote the support. So support means support count divided by total number of transaction, right? That is we can call support. Did you clear? Just the same way, first you can find out the support count, then divided by total number of transactions, that is support, right? Okay, now we will look at with this same example, right? In here, now we need to find out the support of bread and milk. We need to find out the support of bread and milk. How we can find out the support of bread and milk? Support count of bread and milk, support count of bread and milk divided by total number of transaction, right? So now you know how to calculate the support count. Bread and milk all together we have 3 transaction. 3 divided by total number of transaction 9. So the support is 3 over 9. It is equal to 1 over 3. It is equal to 33%. If you look at in the percentage, it is a 33%. Right? Similarly, now tell me what is the support, what is the support of jam and milk? What is the support of jam and milk? First, you need to find out the support count of jam and milk. Jam and milk. Jam and milk. This is one. This is one transaction. This is one transaction too, right? Better way. Jam and milk. This one. This one, 2. This one, 3. This one, 4. So altogether, support count 4 divided by total number of transaction 9. So 4 over 9, maybe you can divide it into the decimal value. Then if you multiply by 100, you are telling in the percentage, right? Here 1 over 3 means, here 1 over 3 means 0.33, right? So then we can say, if we multiply by 100, that is a 33%, right? That is support, right? Another important definition, right? Frequent item set, right? So after that, maybe you look at frequent item set, the term frequent item set. So the term frequent item set in the sense, right? First, you can calculate the support, right? In each question, right? They are giving you the minimum support threshold value, right? in the question paper, or as a admin, as a CEO of the company, he is the one define that minimum support threshold value, right? So the minimum support threshold value means that is also a support, right? That is also a support percentage. That support percentage means they are defining, right? So we will extract association rule, which rule satisfied the minimum support of 35%. That 35% is we can call minimum support threshold value, right? As a CEO of the company, he defined the minimum support threshold value. Minimum support threshold value is defined by the CEO. Just think about the CEO defined the minimum support threshold value as a 30%, right? It means the all the association rule which have the support above 30%. If you find out some association rule which have above 30% of the support, then that association rule or the item set, we can say frequent item set, right? The frequent item set in the sense, the item set which have the support value greater than or equal to the minimum support threshold value, right? So the minimum support threshold value is defined by the CEO of the company or the top level management. They are the one define. How they are defining this 30%? They have some percentage. What is the percentage they are planning to provide the promotion, or what is the percentage where we provide benefits to the customers? So depending on that, they will define these 30%, right? So the minimum support threshold value is defined by the top level management of that organization. Then while we are calculating the association rule, we will check how many items set, what are the items set which satisfy the minimum support threshold value. It means they are equal to the minimum threshold value or greater than the minimum threshold value. These are we can call frequent item set. So you can understand this while we are look at a question, right? Normally, we will find out the item set, then we will check the frequent item set. So for the checking of that frequent item set, we will look at this minimum support threshold value, right? Up to now, just think about there is something called minimum support threshold value, right? That is a percentage, maybe 30 or 20%. If what are the items set which greater than or equal to that minimum support threshold value, we can say that is a frequent item set, right? If now you know how to calculate the support, right? So if you after you calculate the support, you will check with that minimum support threshold value, right? That support you calculated is greater than or equal to the minimum support threshold value, we can say that is a frequent item set. Do you clear? Did you get my point? Previously, we calculate the support count. After that, we calculate the support count divided by total number of transactions. That is a support. Once you calculate the support for a particular item set, right? In that question, they are defining the minimum threshold value, minimum support threshold. That minimum support threshold, right? That is also a percentage, right? Now you already calculate a support of a particular item set, right? Then you can compare that calculated support with this minimum threshold value, right? That calculated support is greater than or equal to the minimum support threshold value. We can say that item set is a frequent item set. It means that is a frequently happening item, right? That item set purchasing behavior is happen frequently, right? That is a frequent item set. Frequent item set means that item set involves again and again, many times that item set purchased by the customers. That is the meaning of that one, right? So up to now, just understand this definition. Then if you look at a question, you can easily understand, right? So if you have a minimum support threshold value 30%, then now tell me, now, okay, now just think about this question. They are telling minimum support threshold value 30%. Now can you calculate the support of jam and milk? Not jam and milk. Now calculate the support of milk and egg, right? Now we need to find out the support of milk and egg. Tell me, what is the support of milk and egg? How we can calculate? First, you need to find out the support count of milk and egg. So what is the support count of milk and egg? Milk and egg. Milk and egg. 1. Milk and egg. 2. Milk and egg. 3. Right? 3 divided by total number of transaction 9. So 1 over 3. That is also 33%. Right? Now this 33% is above minimum support threshold value, right? The minimum support threshold value is 30%. So 33% is above 30. So we can say this milk and egg item set is a frequent item set, right? This item set is a frequent item set, right? This is the thing. Did you understand now? So similarly, for all the support, we can find out whether it's a frequent item set or not, right? That is the thing. To calculate the frequent item set, we need to know the minimum threshold value. If you know the minimum threshold value, then you can compare whether it's greater than or equal with the minimum threshold value. Depending on that, we can say that is a frequent item set or not, right? That is the way we can find out the frequent item set, right? The last definition, the confidence, right? So previously we calculate the support count, then we calculate the support, then we find out the frequent item set with comparing the minimum support threshold value. Now the last definition is confidence, right? So the confidence, to calculate the confidence, right? Let's say now, just think about, you have a association rule, right? Milk, right? You have an association rule. Milk implies bread, right? Just think about, you have an association rule. Milk implies bread, right? Now, tell me, right? Now I need to calculate the confidence. Now I need to calculate the confidence of this equation, right? Now I need to calculate, this is an association rule, no? So for this association rule, I need to find out the confidence, right? Confidence means what is the percentage if a customer purchase the milk, then he also purchased the bread. That is the confidence, right? Confidence in the sense we are look at the confidence for each association rules, right? Confident, we calculate the confident association rule, right? So what is the meaning of confident? If a person purchased the milk bottle, what is the probability, or what is the percentage, or what is the chance he purchased the bread as well, right? That is, we explain as a confidence, right? Now, if I need to calculate the confidence of milk implies bread, right? How to calculate this one? There is an equation called that is related to the support, right? To calculate the confidence with milk implies bread, you need to find out the support of, you need to calculate the support of milk and bread, right? Milk and bread. You need to calculate the support of milk and bread, then divided by support of milk, right? So how you can easily remember, right? Let's say, just think about, this is an equation, right? X implies Y. So this is an association rule. Try to calculate the confidence of X implies Y. To calculate the confidence of X implies Y, you need to find out the support of X and Y, right? So the union of all the elements, right? So in X and Y all together, we need to find out the support of X and Y divided by support of left-hand side, right? If you look at this equation, this is the left-hand side element. X is the left-hand side, right? So then we can divide it by the support of X, right? This is the equation to calculate the confident, right? Now we will look at an example, right? Now there is a association rule. Bread implies milk, right? Now you have a association rule. Bread implies milk. Now I need to find out the confident of bread implies milk, right? Now I need to find out the confident of bread implies milk. Tell me the equation. What is the equation? Support of bread and milk together divided by support of milk. Is it correct? So the Top, you need to put all the elements, union of all. Bottom, you need to put the left hand element, right? Support of bread, right? Now tell me, now tell me what is the support of bread and milk? So to the support of bread and milk, how we can calculate? Support count divided by total number of transactions, right? Support of bread and milk means what? Bread and milk 1, bread and milk 2, bread and milk 3, right? 3 divided by total number of transactions 9 over support of bread. Support of bread, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, right? 5 divided by 9, right? So we can cut this 9 and this 9. So 3 over 5, that is, it means 0.6. So 0.6 means 60%. So the confidence of bread and milk, 60%, right? So the 60% of the chance, if a customer purchase bread, then also the chance to purchase the milk, 60%. Right? Okay. Now, can you calculate this one? Tell me the answer for this one, right? Okay, don't worry, I will finish by 11, right? I will take another half an hour, right, to complete another few slides. 3 to 4 slides are there. Just an exercise question, right? I will explain the entire things what we are discussed in a single question. Then you can easily understand, right? Okay, now tell me, I need to find out the confidence of egg and milk, right? Okay, there is a equation. There is a association rule, right? Egg implies milk. There is an association rule. Egg implies milk. Now I need to find out the confidence of egg and milk. For that one, I need to find out support of egg and milk divided by support of egg, right? So now what will happen, right? Support of egg and milk. Support of egg and milk. What is that support of egg and milk? How many transactions include both egg and milk? Egg and milk, 1, 2, 3 transactions, right? Am I correct? 3 transaction egg and milk. So 3 divided by 9 over egg, only egg. How many transaction? 3, this one 4. The egg, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 transaction. 4 divided by 9. So we can cut this 9 and 9. 3 over 4, right? It means 0.75. So 75% of the confidence, if a customer purchase egg, then there's a chance to purchase milk, right? That is the confidence. Did you clear now? Did you clear? Did you clear the concept what I'm explaining? So now you know how to calculate count the support count. Now you need to calculate support count divided by total number of transactions. That is support frequent item set. To check the frequent item set, you need to check the minimum support threshold. Your support is greater than or equal to the minimum support threshold value, we can say that is a frequent item set. Then we find out the confidence. To calculate the confidence, x comma y, the confidence of x comma y is equal to support of x comma y divided by support of x. So then x implies y. If x implies y, that way, right? So I will explain here. Just look at here again. Okay, the important thing, right? Just think about, there is an association rule, x implies y, right? So the confidence of x comma y is equal to support of x comma y divided by support of x, right? Another equation, y implies x. Just think about y implies x. So the confidence of y comma x comma y comma x, or both are correct, right? So confidence of x comma y is equal to support count of x comma y divided by here support count of y, not x, right? So the left element in the association rule, left part is coming in the association rule, left part is coming in the bottom, right? That is important to calculate the confidence, right? Now we will move for an exercise question, right? Just clearly understand this question. If you have any doubts, please let me know, right? Definitely you have this type of questions for your final exams, right? Maybe you can look at the past paper questions, right? I don't guarantee, right? Maybe you have possibilities to take this type of questions for your final exams, right? So now we can apply the a priori algorithm to find out the association rule, right? Now the actual thing, real application, right? We can use the a priori algorithm and we can find out the association rule with the practical example, right? So ultimate goal of the question is we need to find out all the association rule which satisfy the minimum support threshold value as well as the minimum confidence. So in the question, right, they are giving you two values. They are giving you the support, also they are giving you the confidence, right? They are giving you the support as well as they are giving you the confidence, right? In the question, they are giving you two values. So the minimum support threshold value is this value, minimum confident value is this value. So by using these two value, you need to find out some set of association rule, right? In the practical scenario, if you are running a business, these two values, minimum support threshold value as well as minimum confidence defined by the top level management. How they are defining these values, all how they are defining these values in that particular company, they have some set of rules and scenarios. What is the amount we are giving you promotion, right? Or maybe how many customers we are planning to give the promotion. Depending on some analytical factors, they are defined minimum support threshold value as well as minimum confidence. By using these two defined value by the top level management of an organization, we can find out some set of association rule. Association rule means nothing. We will find out some frequent patterns, right? Okay. This is the question, right? So this is the question, right? The question says, our task is to extract or derive association rule. The task is we need to find out some association rule. They are giving two important factors, right? The minimum confident threshold. The minimum confident is 70%, right? So it means in their association rule mining, the finding of association rule mining, you need to check all the association rule which satisfied minimum confidence of 70%, right? So if you find out an association rule below 70% of minimum confidence, don't consider, right? So we are not take that rule, right? So if you have a bulk amount of transaction, we have thousands of association rule, right? We are not extracting all the association rule, right? We are extracting few set of association rule. For that purposes, they are defining you some minimum confidence, right? Also, they are giving you minimum support threshold value, right? In this question, they are telling you the minimum confidence is 70%. It means the CEO says you need to find out some association rule which have the minimum confidence of 70%, right? You don't consider any association rule below 70% of confidence. That is the internal meaning of that minimum confidence 70%. Similarly, they are telling you item set in D that have the support count, right? So here, minimum confidence in here, minimum confidence, they are telling 70%, right? Sorry. In here, they are telling minimum confidence is 70%, right? I already told you they are giving you two parameters, right? The second parameter, support count, support threshold value, right? Support threshold value. So the support threshold value, maybe they are giving you in the percentage or number value. Right? If you look at this question, they are telling support count of at least 2, right? Here, what they are telling, rather than they are telling in the percentage, right? Rather than they are telling in the percentage of the minimum support threshold value, rather than they are explaining support threshold value in the percentage, they are telling you 2. 2 means, right? You need to check as a frequent item set. You need to check as a frequent item set if they have the minimum support count of 2, right? Rather than they are telling in the percentage. So how you can convert into this percentage? So even you can convert this 2 into percentage. How you can calculate this support at support count threshold value, this one, 2. Then if you divide it by total number of transaction, that is, we can say the minimum support threshold value. So 2 divided by 9. So 2 divided by 9 multiple by 100. So they are telling 22% is the support threshold value, right? So the minimum confidence is 70%, right? Support threshold value is 22%. Maybe sometimes they are giving you in the percentage, sometimes they are giving you with the number, right? Here they are telling in the number value, right? So it means the support count at the minimum support count of at least 2. Support count of at least 2 means you need to think about, you need to check the association rule which have the minimum support count of 2 or more than that, right? So why we are using this minimum support count of at least 2 means they are telling internally they are telling, right? The frequent item sets are considered, right? The internal meaning of this one, frequent item set. I already explained something called frequent item set, right? So the frequent item sets are with 2 minimum support count, with 2 or more than 2, right? That is a meaning, right? So the support count of at least 2 means you need to, the internal meaning of this, they are explaining the frequent item sets are with 2 support count or more than 2, right? Greater than or equal to 2 as a support count, then we are considered as a frequent item set. That is the internal meaning of that one, right? So now we will look at with an example question, right? Then you can easily understand, right? Okay, this is a transaction table, right? So any questions? Okay, now we will look at with this example, right? Because I need so many spaces, right? That's why I tried to arrange them. Okay, this is a question, right? So this is the question, right? They are giving set of transaction, right? Just imagine maybe a supermarket or somewhere else in a shop, right? So here, these 9 are transaction ID, right? It means 9 customers purchasing behavior is given, right? 9 customers, their purchasing behavior is given, right? Rather than like they are giving a name, right? They are giving a number 1, 2, 3. Why I'm telling to serve your time, right? Here 1 means maybe just think about 1 means apple, right? 1 mean apple. 2 is orange, right? Maybe if it's a fruit shop, 2 is orange, right? So 3 is mango, right? If you look at this transaction based on the fruit shop, this transaction from a fruit shop, right? This 1, 2, 3 have some meaning, right? So 4 means, uh, uh, yeah, 4 means grapes, right? 5 means pomegranate, right? Likewise, each item, each number, it means it indicating a particular fruit, right? Now, based on this transaction says, the customer ID, transaction ID 1 means one customer purchase, maybe 1 is apple, 2 is orange, 5 is mango, right? So second customer purchase orange and banana. Likewise, what it says, these numbers 1 to 5 means what are the products they are purchased. That is the meaning of this table, right? First thing you need to understand the table, what they are explaining, right? So here, altogether 9 customers are purchased something in the shop on a particular day. So based on that purchasing behavior, we need to extract some association rules, right? The association rule means nothing. We need to find out some rules, right? If a customer purchase 1, then he purchased the product 5. Maybe we don't know exactly. Just we need to find out if a customer purchase 2 and 4, then what is the probability he purchase 3 also, right? These are some association rule. Likewise, we need to find out some association rule to calculate, to find out those association rule. They are giving you two things, right? They are giving you two important things, right? What is that? The minimum confidence they are mentioned in the minimum confidence, they told you 70 percentage, right? So the minimum confidence is they are tell 70 percentage, right? So the minimum support count rather than minimum support threshold value, this time they are telling you minimum support count. Minimum support count is 2, right? So if you find out the transaction greater than or equal to as a minimum support count, then we can say that is the frequent item set, right? So the first step in a priori algorithm, the first step says, if I give you a table of transaction, first you need to find out one item sets. That is your first thing, right? First thing you need to find out all the one item sets. First thing you need to find out all the one item sets. I already explained you, right? So in this table, you need to find out how many unique one items are there. Tell me. So we can create a table, right? Here I am putting item, here count, right? This is the way we can write the answer, right? So first you need to find out one item set. So what are the unique items are there? Tell me. One is a unique item. So it means from this table, you need to find out how many unique item. One is there. Two is a unique item. 2 is a unique item. 3 is there. 4 is there. 5 is there. 6 is there. So here altogether 6 unique items are there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 unique items are there. Right here altogether we have 6 unique items. Right? Now the next step, you need to find out the support count. This one we can say the support count, right? We can call this one, support count, right? Now you need to find out the support count of these items. Can you calculate the support count and tell me? So what is the support count of item 1? So item 1 means that is an apple or orange or something. Just imagine 1 is apple, 2 is orange, likewise. That is a unique product, right? So first thing you need to find out all one item set, right? One item set. Unique items are there. So then you can write the name of the item or the number of the item. Here I am here they are giving number, no, so I am putting the number. So one is a, maybe apple or something, right? Now tell me what is the support count of apple? How many support counts means what? How many transaction it includes apple, right? So if it is an apple, right? Now we are telling how many transactions. Just imagine if it is an apple, how many transaction, how many customers purchase apple? That is the meaning of that support count. So the first customer purchased apple, 1. Second customer, no. Third customer, no. Fourth customer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 customers purchase apple. Similarly, we need to find out the second one. Similarly, can you do that for all? So the two items at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 customers purchase item 2. So the third one. So the third one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So 6 customers purchase item 3. 4 items. Item 4. Item ID 4. 1, 2, 2 customers, right? 5. Item 5. 1, 2. 2 customers, right? Item 6. Item 6. Only 1 customer, right? So this is the first table, right? I need to calculate all the one item set and I need to find out the support count of each items, right? Now, the next table you need to generate, right? The next thing, the next step, what you need to do in the question, they are telling you, right? So here, first you can find out the one item set. Then from this one item set, you need to find out frequent item set, right? After you creating one item set, now you need to find out the frequent item set. How you can calculate the frequent item set? Tell me. So what do you mean by frequent item set? Tell me. I think you know. Now we need to find out the frequent item set, right? How you can calculate the frequent item set? So what do you mean by frequent item set? I already explained. Frequent item set in the sense the transaction which satisfied the minimum threshold value, right? Here, the minimum threshold value is given by minimum support count, right? In this question, maybe they are giving you the percentage or they are giving you the number of minimum support count, right? Here, to calculate the frequent item set, what you need to do, so they are telling the minimum support count is 2. So you need to find out all the item set, all the one item set which have minimum support count of equal or greater than or equal to 2, right? So if you look at here, this one, right? If you look at here, this one, what is that? This is a minimum support count is 1, right? You notice. So now your frequent item set is remaining these, right? Remaining these 5 elements, we can say the frequent item set. So the frequent item set, then again create a table item, right? Then support count. Just you can just write this one 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? So then you can write the values, right? So for 1 is 6, 2 is 7, 3 is 6, 4 is 2, 5 is 2, right? So this is your frequent item set table. Now you are generating the frequent item set table. This is your second step, right? Now the third step, right? By using this one item set, using this frequent one item set here, using this frequent one item set, now you need to generate two item set. Now you need to generate two item set. Now you need to generate two item set, right? How you can generate this two item set? To generate this two item set, there is something called, right? Now, this is the items, right? This is support count, right? So now you need to generate the two item set. How you can generate two item set? Just nothing, right? You are taking the first element 1, right? Then you can put with 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, right? Likewise. So the first two item set is 1, 2. Second two item set is 1, 3. Third two item set is 1, 4. The fourth two item set is 1, 5, right? Now you complete with 1, right? Again, you can start with 2. So 2, 3. 2, 3 is a two item set. 2, 4 is a three item set. 2, 5 is another two item set, right? After you complete 2, right? Now you need to do the two item set with start with 3, 4, 3, 5, right? The last one 4, 5, right? So these are the all possible two item set 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, then 4, 5, 3, 4, 3, 5, 4, 5. Right now, you need to calculate the support count. Right? I think you know how to calculate the support count. Can you calculate the support count? So 1, 2. How many transactions it include 1, 2? Tell me. How many transactions it include 1, 2? So the first one, this one 2, this one 3, this one 4. So 4 transactions, right? So the support count is 4. So similarly, 1, 3, how many transactions? Do it quickly. Do it quickly. So now we are dealing with two item set. Among the two item set, now we are look at how many transactions. What is the support count of 1, 3? So what is the support count of 1, 3? How many transactions? 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, right? Now tell me, similarly do it for all. 1, 4, how many? 1, 4, only? 1, 4, only?
1.
Only one, right? So 1, 4, this one only, 1, 4. Similarly, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 2, right? Now just look at here 2 comma 3. 2 comma 3, how many transactions? Do it yourself, right? 2 comma 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 transactions, right? If you have any mistakes, please let me know, right? Then 2 comma 4, 2 comma 4, second transaction, 1, 2, 2 transactions, right? 2 comma 5, 2 comma 5, first transaction and the eighth transaction. So altogether 2 transactions, 2 comma 5, right? Then the 3 comma 4, 3 comma 4,
4 transactions.
3 comma 4, there is no any transaction, right? 0. 3 comma 5, only
1.
one transaction, right? 4 comma 5, 4 comma 5, 4 comma 5, there is no transactions, right? Now, from this two item set, again, you need to calculate the frequent item set, right? So how we can calculate the frequent item set? For that, they are telling minimum support count to, if any transaction greater than or equal to support count, then we can consider as a frequent item set, right? So we can omit this one, right? This is not the frequent item set because 1, right? Here we can omit these 3, right? Because all these 3 are less than 1. The support count of that item set is less than 2. Less than 2 means they are not frequent item set. So the remaining elements we can say that is a 2 item set, right? So the frequent 2 item sets are, so the frequent 2 item set are, what are they? Items and support count, right? 1 comma 2 is a one frequent item set, 4 occurrences. 1 comma 3 is another item set, 4 occurrences. 1 comma 5 is another item set, 2 occurrences. 2 comma 3 is another item set, 4 occurrences. 2 comma 4 with 2 comma 4 with 2 occurrences. 2 comma 5 with 2 occurrences, right? This is my frequent item set table for the 2 item set. Now tell me what is my next step? Based on the first 4 step, tell me what is my next step? Tell me. What is my next step? What is my next step? Just guess the answer. First I did what one item set, then frequent item set of 1 items. Then I can find out the 2 item set. Then I can find out the frequent item set for 2 item set. Then what is the next step? What is the next step? I need to find out the 3 item set. Yeah, very good. Just nothing, right? 3 item set. Right? 3 item set, right? Now we will look at how we can calculate the 3 item set, right? 3 item set, how we can calculate here support count, right? Okay, to find out all the 3 items set, what we need to do, you are taking these 2 elements, right? Now just you are taking these 2, right? What is the common thing here? Item 1 is the common thing, right? So then you are putting 1 as a common, then you are writing the remaining as. This is your first 3 items set. Now again, you can look at, now again, you can look at with this one, right? Now you can again look at with this one and this one, right? So what is the common element? 1 is there, 2 and 5 is there, right? This is your another 3 item set. Now if once you complete this one, so here we look at these two, then we can look at then we can look at these two. So what is the common thing here? So the common thing here is 1, 3, 5, right? Now you are creating three item sets, right? So now we are completing this. Now just you need to think about this. So the common element here, 2, 3, 4. So here the common is 2 is the common element. So 3, 4. So this is 1, 3 item set. Now if you look at these two, so the common element is 2, 3, 5. Now again, if you look at these two, so then 2, 4, 5. So altogether, these are all the possible 3 item set, right? Now, can you find out the support count of these? Now, the next step, you need to find out the support count for these. Can you do that? Support count. So for the 3 item set, you need to find out the support counts. Now, can you tell me 1, 2, 3? The item set, 3 item set, 1, 2, 3, how many occurrences? Support count is 1, 2, 3. Is there any 1, 2, 3? So here is there 1, here is there. So total 2, right? Support count is 2. 1 to 5. 1 to 5, this one, this one, 2. So 2 transaction, right? What about 1, 3, 5? What about 1, 3, 5? 1, 3, 5, only one transaction. 1, 3, 5, only one transaction. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 is nothing, 0. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5, this one is there. So only one, right? 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5, there is nothing, 0, right? So among all the 3 item set, now we need to find out frequent item set. So the frequent item set, we can cut this one, this one, this one, and this one, right? Now we have the frequent item set. What are the 2 frequent item set? So now we need to check the frequent item set for 3 items, right? 3 items. So what are they? Frequent item set for the 3 items, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 5, right? So the support count is what? Support count is, what is the support count? 2 and 2, right? What is the next step? We need to find out the 4 item set. Now we need to find out the 4 item set. So how we can calculate the 4 item set? So from this 3 item set, what is the common element here? 1, 2. So 1, 2, the remaining 3 and 5. This is your 4 item set. Now we need to find out what is the support count of this 4 item set, right? So here the item set is there. Here support count is there. So the item set is 1, 2, 3, 5. So the support count is how? How many transactions it contain? 1, 2, 3, 5. Only one transaction, right? So only one transaction it contain. So only one transaction contain minimum support count. So the support count is 1. So now we can write the support count of 4 item set is 1. It is less than the minimum support count. So here 1, no. So 1 is less than minimum support count 2. So there is no any frequent item set after 4 item set. There is no frequent item set in 4 item set. In the 4 item set, there is no any frequent item set. So we can stop here. We can stop here, right? So up to this level, you can do all from starting from 1 item set to n number of item set, right? First time 1 item set, then frequent item set. By using the frequent item set, again, you can generate 2 item set. Then from the 2 item set, you need to find out the frequent 2 item set. By using the frequent 2 item set, you can generate 3 item set. Then you need to calculate the frequent item set for the 3 items, right? You need to do the steps continuously, right? Once you complete these, okay, once you complete these, right, now what you need to do, we need to calculate the association rule, right? First thing, you need to create this table, right? First step, you need to generate these tables, right? That is your first step. After you complete this one, right? Don't worry. If you can look at here, the slides, I will explain detail, right? The item sets and the support count, then the frequent item set, right? Everything explained in the slides, right? So how we are generating the 2 item set, right? From 2 item set, I need to generate the frequent item set. By using the frequent item set, I can generate 3 item set, right? So I explain everything, right? So here I will explain 4 item set, the support count is 1. It is less than the minimum support count. So we can terminate the process here, right? Once you complete this step, now only we need to generate the association rule. After this step, now you need to generate the association rule. Now I will explain how we can generate the association rules, right? Okay. There are 2 ways, right? Maybe in your final exams, right? For the time being, right? Sometimes, right, to calculate the association rules, I am giving you some sets, right? Right. That is a scenario, right? for your final exam, sometimes I will tell you by using these item set, you need to generate the association rule. Otherwise, you need to do for all, right? Normally for your exams, I'm not asking to calculate all the association rule because it takes huge time, right? To serve the time, maybe in your final exams, I'm telling you, right? You need to, in the question, I'm asking you to generate these tables. After that, I'm telling you, need to find out, need to find out association rules for the given item set, right? So I am giving you an item set, right? Let's say I'm giving you an item set 1, 2, 3 as an item set, and I'm asking you calculate the association rules for this item set, right? Maybe this is a normal procedure, but actual thing you need to do for all the things, right? All the things means, right? In this scenario, for this one item set, we are not calculate the association rule. Why? It is not satisfied the minimum support count because of we are omitting. Otherwise, you need to generate the association rule for this one and this one, right? Similarly, you need to calculate the association rule for these, these elements, right? You need to find out the association rule for these and these, right? So for one elements, we are not considered. For one item set, we cannot find out association rule, right? So association rule means each side, left side and right side, at least you need minimum one element, right? Left side, X, one element, right side for X, one element, right? This way, right? X implies Y, only one element, both sides, then only we can create an association rule, right? With one element, we cannot say minimum two elements we want. So if I particularly, if I tell you to calculate the association rule of particular set, you need to do for all, right? Starting from two item set until you satisfied the frequent item set. Until the minimum frequent item set satisfaction, you need to find out the association rule. That is a normal procedure. So here, for the four item set, the support count is 1, right? This is not satisfied the minimum support count 2. So we cannot do any association rule. We cannot find out association rule for this one. So from here onwards, we need to do for these two. Then two items set frequent item set. In the two items set frequent item set, this one. So all these you need to again do the association rule. All for these you need to calculate the association rule. Then you need to check with that confidence level. We can say whether it's a acceptable rule or not, right? So altogether, if I don't ask you, you need to do for this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 pairs, 8 sets you need to do the association rule calculations, right? For the 8 pairs, you need to do the association rule. Sorry for that, right? So if I don't specifically mention for which item set you need to generate the association rule, you need to do all the possible item set. You can do the association rule, right? Normally, because of time consuming, maybe in your final exams, right? I'm telling you, do the association rule mining only for a certain set, right? So now just think about, I'm asking you to calculate the association rule for this item set, right? So for this item set, I need to find out some association rule, right? So how I can find out all the association rule? For that one, there is something called subset theory, right? I think you know subsets, right? I think you learn subset theory, right? So if you have a set by using some number of elements, we are creating subset. Now tell me, if you have a set with 3 elements, how many subsets you can create? 2 to the power n. So here 3 elements, 2 to the power 3 means 8 subset you can create, right? 8 subset we can create. Among the 8 subset, one set is an empty set. Empty set also consider one subset. Also the same set we are considered as a subset, right? So if you omit these two, we always to calculate the association rule, we can omit these two because empty set, there is no any element. So we cannot find out any association rule empty set. Similarly, if you have a same set, all the elements are coming in one side of the association rule, right? If I put 1, 2, 3 in a particular side, there is nothing to put here, right? So we can omit that same set as well as empty set. So we have remaining 8 minus 2, 6 subsets, right? So to find out all the possible association rules, what you need to do, first thing, you can write the subsets of these 1, 2, 3. So the subset means 1 is a subset, right? So this is way. You know. Sorry for that interruption. Okay. So to find out the association rule, right? I am in the question specifically mentioned, you need to find out the association rule by using this item set. So item set means 1, 2, 3 are 3 unique items, right? To calculate the association rule, first thing I need to find out all the subsets. 1 is a subset, 2 is a subset, right? 3 is a subset, right? Then 1 comma 2 is a subset, 1 comma 3 is a subset, right? Then 2 comma 3 is a subset, right? These are the 6 subset. One and another subset is empty set is another subset, right? 1, 2, 3 is another subset. Now I already told you we can omit the same set and empty set. So here we have 6 sets, 6 subsets we can write for this item set, 1, 2, 3 item set, right? Now how we can calculate the association rule, right? You can write one subset here. So implies, then you can write the remaining elements. Here one is there, right? So what is the remaining elements here? If I put 1 here, the remaining elements are in this set remaining elements 2 comma 3. So this is one association rule. If I put 2 here, the remaining items are 1 comma 3. So this is another association rule. If I put 3 here, right, 1 comma 2 is a remaining element. So this is one association rule. This association rule say a person purchased one apple. What is the percentage he purchased mango and orange? Likewise, right? So here the fourth subset 1 comma 2. So if I write 1 comma 2 in my left side, right? If I put 1 comma 2 in my left side, so the remaining elements is 3. Right? This is the last step, right? Then 1 comma 3. So if I put 1 comma 3 here, 1 comma 3 here. So the remaining element is 2, right? If I put 2 comma 3 here, the remaining element is 1. So these are all the possible association rules, right? So these are all the possible association rules, right? Now what we need to do, already we use minimum support threshold to calculate the frequent item set. Already they are giving you another important value, minimum confident, right? Minimum confident, they are telling 70%, right? So we cannot say all these 6 association rules are satisfied that minimum confident 70%, right? Now what we need to do, sorry. Now what we need, it's very difficult to write all the things in that notepad, right? That's a problem. Even in the classroom, it's easy for me to deal with whiteboards, right? So in the question, they are tell you minimum confidence is 70%. The minimum confidence is 70%. They are mentioned in the question, right? So in the question, they are told you minimum confidence is 70%, right? This is they are told you, right? So the minimum confidence is 70% mean for all these 6 rules, we need to calculate the confidence and whether we need to check whether they are satisfied, whether they know equal 70% or not, right? So first thing, we need to calculate the confidence or for the first, this one. For this one, how we can calculate the confidence? So confidence of this rule, right? So rather than I'm writing again, right, I'm putting confident in front of this, right? So I'm putting confident of this. Confident of this means, so how we can calculate the confident? Support of 1, 2, 3 divided by support of 1, right? This is the equation, right? So this is equal to support, rather than you are calculating the support both sides, rather than you are calculating the support count of 1, 2, 3 divided by support count of 1, right? Now you know these two values. Tell me what is the support count of 1, 2, 3? Support count of 1, 2, 3, we already calculated as a 2, right? 2. Then divided by support count of 1. What is the support count of 1? Support count of 1 is this value. So the support count of 1 is this value. What is this? 6. So 2 divided by 6. So 2 divided by 6 means that is 1 over 3. So 1 over 3 means that is 33%. So 33% means it is below minimum confidence level. So we can say this, this is not acceptable association rule. Just we can cut down these, right? This is not the acceptable association rule, right? The next step, we need to calculate the confidence for my second association rule. So now confidence of this one. So how to calculate the confidence of this one? Support of 1, 2, 3, support of 1, 2, 3, because here all together union is 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3 divided by support of 2, right? Support count of 2, support count of 2, right? Support count of 2. Here support count of 1, 2, 3 over support count of 3. Support count of 1, 2, 3 already we calculated the same. 2 divided by support of 2 is what? Just look at the table. Support of 2 is 7, right? Support of 2 is 7. So 2 divided 7. What is the value? 2 divided by 7. It's approximately 28%, approximately 28%. So this rule is also not satisfied the minimum confidence. So we can omit this rule as well, right? So the third one. So the third one, support of 1, 2, 3 divided by support of 3. It is equal to support count of 1, 2, 3 divided by support count of 3. Right? Now tell me support count of 1, 2, 3 is equal to 2 divided by support of 1, 2, 3. Tell me support of 1, 2, 3 is 6. So support of 1, 2, 3 is 6 means that is also a 33%. So we can say these 3 rules are not satisfied the minimum confidence threshold, right? The minimum confidence they are giving you 70%. So this is not satisfied these 3 rules, right? So we cannot say these are the final association rules, right? Now we need to check with the 4th rule, right? What is the 4th rule? 4th rule says that is also support count of 1, 2, 3 divided by support count of 1, 2, right? Support count of 1, 2, 3 is equal to 2. Now tell me what is the support count of 1, 2. So that's why we create this table, right? Support count of 1, 2, right here. Support count of 1, 2 is what? Support count of 1, 2 is 4, right? So 2 divided by 4, that is equal to 50%, right? Similarly, so this is also not satisfied the association rule, right? Because the minimum confidence is 70% they are giving, right? So the next one, support count of, for this one, support count of 1, 2, 3 divided by support count of 1, 3, right? So here 2 divided by 1, 3. So 1, 3 also 4, right? So then this is also 2 over 4. That is also 50%, right? So the last one, support count of 1 comma 2 comma 3 divided by support count of 2 comma 3, right? Now tell me, support count of 1 comma 2 comma 3 is 2 divided by support count of 2 comma 3. Support count of 2 comma 3, that is also 4, right? So now we can say that is also 50%, right? So based on the 6 association rule, we can say there is no any rule satisfied the minimum support count, right? So sometimes maybe here there I mention as a minimum confidence as a 70%, right? Now just think about, okay, in this question, if I told you the minimum support count is 40%, now tell me how many rules it satisfied. Let's say I will change the minimum confidence, right? Now just think about, now telling the question, minimum confidence is 40%, right? If I told that way, can you tell me what are the rules satisfied the, okay, tell me. So first three rules always not satisfied because the minimum confidence level is 40% means they are below 30, 33, 28, 33, right? So first three rules are not satisfied the minimum confidence level. But if you look at the next three rules, they are 50%. So you can give us an answer. These three rules are the final rules we can apply. So these rules, what they say is, if someone purchase 1 comma 2 item 1 and 2, there are more possibilities to purchase item 3 as well. So by using these three association rule, maybe you can take efficient decision, right? So these three rules are satisfied the uh, conditions what we are giving, minimum support count 2 as well as the minimum confidence 40%, right? So depending on the given values, by using these two values, we can decide which association rule we are consider, which association rule we ignore, right? That is important, right? Okay, yeah, I already explained those things, right? So here, yeah, I will find out, right? So see, in this example, right, previous case, I am giving you the item set, sorry, I'm giving you the item set 1 comma 2 comma 3, and you can calculate, right? In here I'm giving you as an item set as a 1 comma 2 comma 5, 1 comma 2 comma 5 as an item set. Then you can write all the subset of this one is a subset, 2 is a subset, 5 is a subset, 1 comma 2 is a subset, 1 comma 5 is a subset, 2 comma 5 is a subset. By using this you can generate this association rule, right? Then you can calculate the confidence, right? So previous case, the confidence is 70%, right? So this is below 70. So we cannot take this rule, but this rule. But the remaining these three rules are above 70%. So we are consider these are the final association rules, right? So we consider these three are the final association rules, right? So just try to practice for this item set in this question, right? I will share the slides in the VLE after the session, right? Just you can practice, right? So yeah, this is a summary of the things what we have done, right? This is an exercise, right? Take a screenshot and do it yourself, right? As an exercise, try for this one, right? So minimum support, I am giving 40%. Previous case, I am giving you minimum support as a number value. Now I am giving you minimum support count as a 40%. Similarly, minimum confidence 60%, right? So by using these values as a homework, try to do it yourself, right? Do it this yourself, right? If you have any doubts, we will discuss by next class, right? Please try to do it yourself. And if you have any questions, you can ask me. Maybe you can chat with WhatsApp, or maybe you can meet me in the cabin, or maybe we will discuss in the next class, right? That's all for today. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.